to Living with Marcial. How are you? Happy, what? Tuesday for some of you and Monday night for some of us. How are you guys feeling today? I hope everybody's doing well. I finally got to open a package that my friend Michelle Wright, she is Wright Sent 8. That's Wright like writing, WRIGHT, Sent, SCENT 8. Wright Sent 8. Go check her out. She sent me some decants of fragrances in a beautiful little sash. So I'm gonna pick two of them to smell. I'll take the obvious ones, the ones that are already out, and smell them. Now I want to say thank you so much, Right Sensei, cause you're so great. So this one is Narciso Rodriguez Eau de Parfum Poudrée, because there's an accent grave. Hey, what is going on, mi amigo? How are you feeling? It's good to see you. Yes, in Garifuna, family is Iduhenyu, right? Family is Iduhenyu, right, Mom? Iduhenyu. So, Idabinya Iduhenyu. How's the family? How's everybody going, Mr. Michael? How is everybody doing over there? So I'm going to be smelling the Narciso Rodriguez Eau de Parfum Poudrée. Hola mi hermano, ¿cómo te va? Me va muy bien, no me puedo quejar. Estoy muy contento con la vida, emocionado de estar vivo. You know something that makes me laugh? When people are on a Spanish show, doesn't matter what country, Spanish-speaking country they're from, they always say, estoy muy emocionado de estar aquí, contento. But you know what? It's true. I'm sure they're emocionado. And emocionado means excited. I'm excited to be here, you know, and I am. I'm so happy to hear everyone is doing well, bro. Hi, Web Driverum. I'm glad that everyone is doing well. And thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts, guys. So this one is called Maison Margiela Replica. Funfair Evening is what it's called. So I'm going to be smelling these two. It's my first time smelling either one, so I don't know. I'm assuming Poudrée, powder, it's going to have musk. It's going to have maybe lavender, right? Yeah, right? Isn't that awesome? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Google it also to see what are the notes inside of it. Narciso Poudrée. Let's see what it says. Checking out the famous Fragrantica. Hey, ¿cómo estás, Joe? ¿Qué se cuenta, mi amigo? ¿Cómo estás? Ahorita I am going to be smelling Narciso Rodriguez Poudrée, and it says that it has. Okay, so it has jasmine, Bulgarian rose, orange blossom, musk, coumarin, cedar, vetiver, and patchouli. So the powder is going to be coming from the musk, I'm sure. So I'm excited to check that out. Hey, what is going on? How are you doing? Trill has walked into the building. How do you do? How's the family? Okay, let me see. Make sure I get everybody there. Okay, so I'm going to smell it. So as Sarah McCartney says, let it dry. I get the feeling it also has iris because, yep, you're right. You're right, Mike. I think it has iris because I'm picking up a little bit of iris. If it doesn't have iris, it's orris. But I did pick some of that up. It's excellent. It's excellent. It's at least the opening, it's a really wonderful fragrance. All is good. I can't complain. So Right Sent 8. She's Right Sent 8. Right like as in writing, scent spelled scent, and the number 8. She sent me some decants and samples to smell. Tiwalide, how are you? And I like it. Okay, so Narciso Rodriguez Poudrée it's a winner. It's a winner. I give this a 38 out of 10. It's a really good one. It's one that I would absolutely give as a gift because it's just really that good. They say it's floral. It is kind of florally, but florally in the powdery type of way, and one that I think can be worn anywhere. And so the other one is Maison Margiela Replica. Has anybody smelled that one? I feel wonderful, Tiwa. I feel wonderful. I cannot complain. I had a pretty good day. So, I was talking to my friend Raphael, and I was like, I need to get back to the gym. My gym membership with Blink is no longer alive. And I was like, the closest one to the train station is Planet Fitness. So I was like, I need to, get the membership with them. And I was like, wait a minute, Marcial, you're not a talker, you're a doer. So I got on and opened up. So I am officially back with Planet Fitness, and I should start. Thursday will be my first day back hitting the gym, working out. So I'm excited about that. Listen, them 38 pounds is not going to lose themselves. I got to do something extra to lose them. So I'm doing good, and I'm excited about getting that started. Oh, it smells really good. Narciso Rodriguez Poudrée smells good. And this was Maison Margiela Replica. Has anybody smelled Replica? Okay, this one isn't interesting because it smells like it has iris in it. It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm gonna see. Replica. Oh, all of them are called Replica. Is it? They're all called Replica. Okay, and so then the name is Funfair Evening. I didn't know that. Thank you, Tiwa. I'm trying, man. I need to get it done. I need Iron Bed and Spartacus for motivation. Ooh. Iron Bed and Spartacus. Spartacus sounds like it might motivate me. I might go, I am going to kill these 38 pounds and scream, this is Sparta, and then kick my belly. Let me stop. Can you imagine? I kick my fat. So, either ways, this one is good. This one is good. It's not so good on my skin. So, the way it smells like it's a really good fragrance, but my chemistry does not give it the opportunity to develop the way it could. That's what I'm picking up. It's a really good fragrance, but my skin... Hey, guys, I was talking to someone recently. Morgan. Okay, so we smelled the same fragrance, right, Trill? That's a vibe. We smelled the same fragrance off of our skin. And honestly, the way it smelled on his skin was not nice. The way it smelled on my skin was wonderful. So I'm like, sometimes our skin's chemistry doesn't allow a fragrance to be as great as it could be. So sometimes it's not the fragrance's fault. It's not the company's fault. It's not the material's fault. It's nobody's fault because we don't really control our chemistry to a certain degree. So sometimes it's our body's chemistry that makes a fragrance not smell good. So this one, this one, it's called Funfair, right, Evening. And this one, they say it has star anise, pear, apple, petit grain, neroli, orange blossom, tuberose, Moroccan rose, caramel, Tahitian vanilla, ambroxan, and white musk. And I think that what happens is that their caramel, whatever they use to create that caramel accord and that Tahitian vanilla, it doesn't play too happily together. Hey, what's going on, bro? How are you feeling? So, but I do recognize and acknowledge that this fragrance, Funfair Evening by Maison France, is a good fragrance. I can tell that it's a really good fragrance, just that my chemistry is not letting it be as great as it could be, and a really good high concentration of oils. So if I had to pick for myself between the Narciso Rodriguez Poudrée and the Maison Margiela Replica Funfair Evening, Hey, how are you, Sexy Sense? How you feeling? I would have to say, for me, for Marcial, the Narciso Rodriguez would be my choice. But I do recognize that credit has to be given to the Funfair evening, because the Funfair evening is a really good gourmand. So the Funfair evening, I am able to step outside myself and give it a 30 out of 10. And I'm gonna give it another chance. It's possible because I used, okay, so that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. I used a different soap today to wash. And so this one is a rose-based soap. So it's possible that the rose in this fragrance doesn't play well with the notes and the rose that's in the other one. So that, things like that happen. You know what I'm saying? Okay, guys. So now we're going to get into the reading. But I wanted to talk about some of the books because someone had asked me the name of the books that I was going to be reading during the Living with Marcial. So you guys know I have been reading from the book that's called Slavery by Another Name. I really like that book. It's historical. The book I'm reading more recently from is one that is called The Keys by DJ Khaled. I'm glad you're doing great. I love that. Hi, Natalie Pagoda. How are you feeling? I'm glad that you're doing great. My day is going really good. I actually was mentioning that I resubscribed to Planet Fitness. So that was really good. And fragrance family named Write Scent 8. Write like how you write. WRIGHT, Scent, SCENT 8. Sent me some decants to sample. And I really like them. So I tried the Narciso Rodriguez Poudrée. And I tried the Maison Margiela Replica Funfair Evening. And they're both good. But on my Skin's Chemistry tonight, the one that won was the Narciso Rodriguez Poudrée. I really like how it smells. It smells really good. All I do is win, no matter what. Hey. And they stay there. And the other book that I'm reading is Trevor Noah, Born a Crime, which is a really good book. I love it. And then the book that started it all is this one, The Perfume Companion. The Perfume Companion. And it says it's the definitive guide to choosing your next scent. The definitive guide to choosing your next scent. It's a really good book. I've enjoyed reading it. I will start reading it again on this show. Another thing I wanted to mention, guys, so I have another show that I'm doing, live show that I'm doing. It's called Marcial and the Blender Chit Chat. And essentially, we would get on the live and chit chat for 5 to 20 minutes. So there's really no pressure. How's it going, JDub77? How are you feeling? Happy Monday or Tuesday, depending where you're at. And so what we will do there is just converse. I already have 2 episodes. They're up. And you can see them. And it's just conversing. We might talk fragrance, but it's really just us getting to know each other. It's kind of like a phone call, but it's recorded on a live. All right. So let me tell you something. It developed, it macerated, and it smells really good. Funfair Evening smells actually really good. Like, I like it a lot. Like, the heart gets a 40 out of 10. I like it a lot. Have you got any more fragrances we could read? Like more fragrance books that we could read? So no, this is my first actual fragrance book purchase. The other fragrance books that I have read like, read online. So now what I am going to try and do, that's a very good question, Sexy Sense. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So what I am going to try and do is start purchasing them like actual hard copy books so I can read them. The thing is, do you guys know fragrance books are expensive? Like, they're just as expensive. Oh, dang, I smell really good. What's going on, the Fox Accord? How are you feeling? But fragrance books are expensive. Like, they're not cheap. You know what I mean? Like some of them go as high as like $300. I was like, what? I appreciate that. Thank you for showing the love, and I'm sending you love right back. I wish I had what do you call it? Let me see. Is there anything I can do to? Oh, what is that? That one's new. There you go. I'm sending you multiple hearts. Thank you so much. Hey, the Perfume Temple. How are you, mi amigo? Buonasera or buongiorno, depending on the time where you are. Doing good. Just got some samples from Elemental Fragrances. That is awesome. Are you going to be sharing your thoughts with us? I want to hear about it. Let us know. I've been hearing a lot about Elemental Fragrances. Many people have been loving it, you know, and they've been enjoying it. What do you guys think of my new face? Yes, $300. Yeah, I might have to borrow a book of somebody. Yeah, but they could be $300. Oh, so it is. It's 5:30 a.m. Buongiorno, mi amico. So it's like they may be worth it clearly because they have a bunch of information, and I like to read them because I get the opinion of the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing I believe about books is that books are able to give you a empathic connection to someone's life experience that's not your own. I just posted a quick first impression, but I will do a review for sure on his frag. Okay, so I'm going to look up your first impression, the Fox Accord, on Elemental Fragrances. That is exciting. That is exciting. Whoa. Ooh, this is a little fun. You guys know I love to play with the filters and see what pops and what they got. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. Would you like me to read you something? Would you like me to read you something from The Keys by DJ Khaled? That is very, 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 very motivational. I would love to read you something. Wasn't it trippy? It's totally trippy. I was like, whoa, what did I just press there? The other one I wanted to try, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. I wanted to try out the Bleu de Chanel. This one is the Perfume. But I'll probably do that one tomorrow. Hey, Latifa! You're never late, Latifa. Yes, you get a bedtime story. You're never late. Books are an amazing way to find someone else's point of view. That's really what I feel. I love reading different types of books because guess what? Then I'm able to connect to the person. Like I've read books that so there's one, it's called The American Entrepreneur, which is the family from Duck Dynasty. And the way that they express themselves, I'll order that book and read it to y'all. So the way that the gentleman that wrote the book expresses himself, such a connection, but it also helped me, no lie, converse with a person that I didn't know, but it created a connection with them. Yes, read DJ Khaled's book. Yes. Oh, you read it. You did read it. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to start. So I had already read the prelude or whatever that is, but now I'm going to go into this section. And this is the section that I usually read to people that I'm going to give the book as a gift. And they are hyped. And they want to read the book. So I'm going to start. Should I keep this filter? No, I'll let it be with no filter. How's that? Just me and you. Reading, learning, and growing. We the best. We the best means exactly what it says. I didn't say I'm the best. That's an important distinction. I said we. That means me, fan love, my team, and everybody who's got love and positive energy. Let me ask you this. If somebody came up to you and asked, are you the best writer, chef, producer, director, perfumer, fragrance reviewer, fragrance enthusiast? What would you say? If you don't declare that you're the best, I'm disappointed. You're supposed to say that you're the best writer, chef, producer, director, perfumer, fragrance reviewer, fragrance enthusiast. Because let me tell you, you're the best. Say it to yourself 1,000 times and then say it to other people 1,000 more. For real, is somebody better than you? Nah, we the best. You have to speak it into existence. You have to speak your success into existence because absolutely no one else will do it for you. Let me read some of the comments. I love that. That's my favorite paragraph. Okay, no, I haven't. I'm saying I would like to hear the quote. Oh, from the book. Okay, there you go. I haven't read the book. That's what I meant. Okay, very good. So you're hearing it now. That's why when I started my first label, I called it We the Best. Were we the best yet? That's up for debate. But did we have the drive and the passion and the necessary dedication to be the best? Without a doubt. Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was. Make your life about fulfilling your vision and dream big. I remember when I first opened the door to We the Best Studios, it really didn't match what I had in mind for our home, but it had potential. It was run down, and the carpeting and rooms were all crazy bright colors, so we ripped it all up so that my office could look worthy of a mogul. From the lighting to the Venetian plaster walls, every day during construction, I would pull up an office chair to the site and watch the crew to make sure that everything was ready. I knew the framed magazine covers were coming, and the gold plaques, and then the platinum plaques. I envisioned it all. One of my gifts is that I can see the pathway early. If you look at my track record, a lot of the artists that I predicted would do it, did it. I don't look at where you are. I look at where you're headed. You've got to think future to be future. Just ask my friend Future. When you speak it into existence, it will happen. Right now, I'm telling everyone that my new AKA, also known as, is Bill. And I'll tell you why. You want to know why he says to call him Bill? It's because I'm going to be a billionaire. So now I want you to greet me and call me Billy. This way, everything will affirm and reaffirm my vision. You got to speak your wins into existence. We the best means being the best and letting the world know that we the best. Who? We. So those 2 pages, let me tell you something. I read it to people, and when I read it to them, they are invigorated. They feel ready to do what they have to do, and I see the change in the person. So that's why I say this book is such an amazing book, because if you're not a happy person, you're not a motivated person, it makes you want to be happy and motivated. And if you are happy and motivated, guess what? It just enhances that. Yeah, so it is deep, isn't it? The power of positive thinking, Latifa, it really is. It's significant. It's absolutely wonderful. And it's contagious is another thing that I've learned. If you are genuinely positive from inside, other people feel it, and it lights a fire in them. You know what I mean? Words of affirmation. Thank you, Tiwa. Absolutely. So this is a book that I really do treasure. I gave one away yesterday, and at the place that I was working, the person was like, "What? For real?" I was like, "Yeah, like take it, read it, enjoy it." Confidence and believing in yourself is most important. Khaled owns it. That's absolutely right, the Fox Accord. And I feel that that's something that he is very well known for. Because think about it. He's not a rapper. He's a DJ. But this man has many platinum records. How is that possible? Because he's able to bring together people who would otherwise not collaborate and create something that only he can create. And I think that as individuals, we have something similar that only we can bring, to the table. Confidence and believing in yourself is most important, yes. Positive energy attracts positive for sure. Who am I inspired by? I'm inspired by, I can say honestly, starting off with my creator, you know, I'm inspired by my mom, my Aunt Carmen. I am inspired by my sister. She passed away, but she was a solid human being who only believed in persistence, and there was no giving. Like, she didn't understand the thought of giving up. It just didn't exist. You know what I mean? I'll tell you guys a quick story. So she was a single mother, sadly in situation of domestic violence and things like that. Finally, he was able to leave, and she was raising her child on her own. And she told me this later, you know, that there were times that she didn't have money, and she lived uptown Bronx and worked downtown Manhattan. And there were days where she had nothing to eat for lunch. She would walk from the Bronx to Manhattan, not eat, maybe have a coffee because the coffee's in the offices, and then walk back. And she made sure her son had food. And she told me, and I said, but why didn't you ever ask us? And she says, because I believe that if I don't have, then we didn't have. So I had to make sure that we had, and whatever I had was for my son. And I was like, wow, that's resilience. And that's the kind of resilience I think a mother has, and a mother can transfer. So that, when she told me that, I says, you know what? I like that mentality. If I don't have, then we don't have, which means if I have, then we have. And so, you know what? She worked herself to a place in life that she made sure she always had. She had a high school high school diploma. That was what she had, but what she also had was life experience and extreme intelligence. And when she passed away, she was actually managing a section that was a legal department. People who were under her were people that had masters and different degrees. She had her PhD, which is a public high school diploma, you know? And so that her life experience taught me to just I don't believe in giving up. I believe that there's always a way around it. This is another thing that I learned, that what you need is close at hand. You just have to be clear-minded to see it. What you need is close at hand. You just have to be clear-minded to see it. So I hope that answered your question, Sexy Sense. Who am I inspired by? And also, clearly, Jesus Christ, God's Son. He's a big example for me. Very humble, very wise, served the people, didn't put himself first. Those are things that I really appreciate about him. But he learned that from his dad. That's why I say God, my creator. I mean, anyone who can rock a tracksuit with no shirt on knows they are going. Listen to Fox Accord. That was a shady comment, but it's very true. You are not lying, so you're absolutely correct. Oh, thank you so much, Latifa. Thank you so much. I do believe that she is resting, because I also feel that she was the kind of person that had no rest. She just didn't allow herself to have rest. So when she died, I'll be honest with you, when she died, I was like, finally, she can sleep, you know, because I felt like she never slept. She was so, like, her mind was always working. When I say intelligent, I mean, think about it. Bronx, all odds against her, but she was a success story, like a success story. Thank you so much, Perfume Temple. Yeah. I mean, listen, I tell people, I've learned to keep my happiness and keep my joy, but I do let myself feel the emotions. So when she died, clearly I was melancholy for moments, but I would allow myself 30 minutes of the melancholy and then up. And what I would always keep thinking is, if I don't move, then we don't move. So I got to make sure I stay moving. Thank you so much, Sexy Sense 2. I'm sorry to hear for your loss. The good ones always go first. Yep. I'm so glad that she has made such an impact. Absolutely. She made a wonderful impact, like lifelong impact. I don't think if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have gotten my license as a cosmetologist. If it wasn't for her, I would have had always a welfare mentality. I would have believed that the government is supposed to take care of me, had she not been the way she was. Believe me. So she is a significant person in my life. Thank you, Tiwa. Thank you, Fox Accord. I appreciate that. Hey, Alicia, Indecencia Alicia. How are you? It's good to see you. So yes, so I hope you guys liked the reading from the book DJ Khaled, The Keys. I'll probably read a little bit more from this, so that I'll make this one this week's reading, and then next week I'll read from something else, unless you guys tell me that you want me to keep on trying this one. That's good, TY. You got to. You have to, you know? And one thing, I'm genuine in this. I'm glad to hear that, Indecencia Alicia. I genuinely, if you need to vent, you need someone to listen to, that there's a DM capability to make a phone call. I'm just a phone call away. We have to stay strong. I lost my mom March 2020, Tiwa. My heart is with you wholeheartedly. My heart is with you wholeheartedly. My mom, I remember when my mom lost her mom, it was the first time I saw my mother go through that kind of a pain. My mom was like 5 feet. We had a table that weighed at least 200 pounds because it was full wood. My mom flipped that table. So yeah, and my mom always says it's a hole that does not get filled. And I believe that. I believe that. So that's how come when my mom had her 2 strokes, 2017, people were like, thought I was crazy because I quit my job to come and take care of her. But I'm a firm believer in you got to do what you got to do. And like I said, what you need is going to be close at hand. I stopped that job, started doing hair. I was still able to provide for myself, you know, and then we were able to do other things that, you know, you do what you have to do to keep the people you love alive, period. Hey, Tammy, how are you? So my heart is wholeheartedly with you, Tiwa, all right? Sexy Sense says, right, Marcial is that friend to call when you need some light and laughter. Oh, yeah, I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm here for that. Aloha. Honestly, I need someone to talk to at times. I think for everyone, times can get tough. Sometimes I do believe that. I do. And it's natural, sadly, the way the world is made right now. It's made to be tough. It's made to be stressful. It's made to force a person to get into despair. And I'll tell you, fragrance has been something that's helped me keep my joy also. I remember during a transitional time, that was when I started making the videos. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see that I pretty much made videos every day for a few months. And that was because it was the enhancer I needed. I already had a good routine, but I needed something else, you know? And so smelling fragrances and talking about it and researching really was that new part to stimulate my brain. And it did it. It worked, and it kept me, you know? So fragrance community, I posted it recently. I really love the fragrance community. Where do I get my energy from? So I'm gonna tell you, again, it goes back to my connection to my creator, because I do pray, I do read from the Bible, I meditate, you know. I also attribute it to genetics. My mother is a person that has been through the worst. And as she's going through it, she is able to just give energy to people. And my mother sees the best in people. My mother loves everyone. My mother hopes for everyone. My mother believes in everyone. And I used to see that as a weakness when I was younger, but I have come to learn and appreciate the power in that. And so I say, that's why I say I get it from my creator, and I also get it from my mama. I got it from my mama. That's the honest answer. Now the other thing I can tell you that helps, I take every day. I take rhodiola, lion's mane, alpha GPC, and I recently started taking Tomcat Alley. Now the reason I started taking that is because I do not have the best what's called recall. So my memory is horrible. When I was younger, I used to play that choke game in high school, and that actually does create certain brain damage, short-term memory, long-term memory damage. And so taking those things every day have actually helped improve my recall. When I started taking it, I was like, where did I get that from? So those are things that help with my memory, and it also helps with stress, anxiety. So if you have anxiety and stress, those are things you can also take. So if you want more information on that, I would suggest you go to the Nootropics reviewer, I think is his name, the Nootropics reviewer. He's the person that I watch, and I started learning about nootropics. Go to the Nootropics reviewer, check him out. He is amazing. Excuse me. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts, Latifa. Let me see what else. Tiwa made you laugh. Sexy Sense. I love that. Honestly, don't ever let anyone tell you that you need to change. Thank you so much, Sexy Sense. Tiwa says, period. So I'm going to tell you a little story before I sing you guys out. When I was 25, I had a bout with anxiety, and it was precisely because of that, but I didn't know that people were trying to change me. In my head, I thought they were trying to help me. And it turns out, no, they were trying to change me, because to help a person, you help the person to get to know themselves, to understand themselves. You don't try and get them to be something. You try and get them to understand who they are so that they can figure out who they want to be. And so that I finally was able to get that. And when I say I cut about 90% people out of my life, not in that I don't talk to them, but I cut their influence in my life off. And they realized it, and guess what? They stepped away. Once they were no longer able to influence my life, they left. So were they really being friends? No. Sadly, what they were being was entertained by their control over me. So those are like little life lessons that we learn. So I tell people I love myself and I like myself. I like myself. I like Marcial. Flaws and all. Do I keep the flaws? No. I work them out. I try and correct them. I try and remedy them. I try and educate myself. But I also recognize that I'm gonna be flawed. I'm gonna be flawed. And the truth is, everybody's flawed. Ain't nobody perfect. If somebody tries to make you feel like you are too flawed and that you're too flawed for them, the reality is something wrong with them. Okay? And something wrong with you. It's okay. Something wrong with all of us. Thank you, Latifa. So I'm gonna sing you guys out. Goodbye, my lovely fragrance blenders. I'll see and smell you soon. Thank you for stopping by, guys. I love you from the heart. Ciao. Ci vediamo pronto. Take your power back. Don't allow your circumstances or person take control over how you feel, behave, or react. Absolutely right, Tammy. You are correct. Much love, beautiful life. Thank you so much, Fox Accord. Thank you for your live stream. Thank you, Sexy Sense. Thank you for joining. Aloha.